ado, I want to welcome to you. They call him the Godfather of soap operas. I want to welcome to the show Mr. Maurice Benard. You know him as Sonny Corinthos on General Hospital.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. It is an honor and a privilege to have you on the show today.
Well, it's an honor and privilege to be on your show.
Well, thank you so much. I really enjoy your Snapchats. I get a kick out of your Snapchats a lot of times when you make the faces and you go, hey, I'm working for Sonny, you know.
I work very hard on those Snapchats.
Oh yeah,
I just wish more people saw them.
Yeah, I do too. You know, I can tell you put a lot of effort and hard work into those Snapchats, and they're hilarious. They really are.
Yeah, I got funny ones. I become other people. I become movie stars. Great.
When did you first know that you wanted to be an actor?
I was about 21. Didn't have anything else going in my life. Pretty much, and I got into modeling, which I wasn't successful. I was too short. And then from modeling, I did a commercial, and then I got into acting. And acting seemed to be my passion.
Okay, so once you got into acting, what was your first break? Was it actually doing movies, or was it playing Nico and All My Children?
No, I did a music video for MTV. I just actually got it recently. I got it back. It's a great video. And that was my first acting job, and then I got All My Children from. They flew out here. And they taped me, they put me on tape, and then they flew me to New York, and I got the job.
Wow, that's incredible. Your music video now you did, was that like what kind of music was that you did?
Well, it was like it was everybody in the Santana band. But not Carlos. They formed their own band. It was called Roar. And the video's called "We Gotta Do It." It's on MTV.
Okay, well I'll have to YouTube that and check that out.
You can YouTube it. It's cool.
Okay, I'll definitely do that. Now you were in a movie, and I got to tell you, you did a phenomenal job. I don't think they could have got a better actor to play the late Ricky Ricardo than you, or Desi Arnaz. And you did Desi and Lucy Before the Laughter, and I think you were wonderful in that movie.
Yeah, I did a lot of research and try to get his voice down and try to get his mannerisms. And Frances Fisher was phenomenal. She played Lucy. And we did that in, I think, 18 days. It was a pretty tough role.
Yeah, you did really good on getting the the accent, down and saying, "Hey Lucy, I'm home," and all that, and Frances Fisher did really good as well. One of the fans said, "Hi Maurice, love you," and that's from Sandy Lee.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
He said he loves you too. And another fan said that was a great movie you were in. I got the fans commenting below in the comment section, so they're interacting too.
All right, tell them I love my fans. They're the best.
He said he loves all y'all. You're the best. Now you did another movie. You did another movie a while back that was released on Amazon.
Yeah.
It was called the whale, the white fish and the whale. I'm trying to think
the ghost and the whale.
Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I can't remember the ghost and the whale. Yes,
Yeah, my wife produced it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think it's probably one of my toughest and best performances I've done. I think.
Yeah. I think it was really good. I seen the movie and I thought it was really good. And the way you really entwined with the character, and it showed you being depressed and stuff, and throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was really good. I mean, you got such a great flow of the different characters that you're asked to portray. You got such a great role of doing that. And
well, I could pretty much. I've been brought up as an actor as a method actor, and I can become anybody if I work hard enough to do the research, and I can pretty much do any kind of role,
Yeah. Well, I guess hey, I guess you've got that experience because you've been doing this for what, over 30-something years now, right?
Yeah, it's getting up 30 years there.
30 years, yeah, wow. And you were also in another movie now that also starred Laura Wright and Susan Lucci and Donna Mills, and it was called Joy, and that was great too.
Yeah, that was a small little thing, but it turned out to be cool, and I had a great time working with David O. Russell, who's a great director.
And can you tell the fans before we get into talking about the soap operas? Can you tell the fans about how you were diagnosed with bipolar disorder at the age of 22 and how that came about?
Well, it's a long story, but I was manic. I had a manic episode when I was like 21, and a lot of stuff happened, and then they took me to the hospital, and from the hospital they put me in a mental hospital for 2.5 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And then I escaped the mental hospital, and then I was depressed for 8 months, and it just steamrolled from there. But I got through it, and it's not easy, and everybody knows I'm bipolar.
Yes. Yes, because they actually, I know that they put that into the script. You asked, they put that into the script on General Hospital.
Yeah.
When you were as you being Sonny, and I thought that was good, and also with Brian Craig, who played Morgan, I thought that was good that he was also telling that story of bipolar and letting people be aware of exactly what was going on with that disease and raising more awareness to people.
Yeah, he's a damn good actor. He pulled that off really well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
It's important to me to keep talking about bipolar and mental illness because it affects so many people now in the world.
Yeah, it does, and we're like if there's somebody out there that they want to, like they're going through bipolar, and they're thinking about giving up or something. What kind of words can you say to them to not give up and to keep going on and trying to live life?
Well, look, I'm a prime example of somebody has wanted to give up, and you don't give up. You don't give up because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And look at my life. If I gave up, or if I didn't want to continue, or if I just stayed in bed, I wouldn't have everything I have right now.
Amen. That's true.
You just gotta stay on your medication.
That's true because I know a lot of times if you don't stay on your medication or something, you can have withdrawals. Anybody can with any kind of disease they have.
Exactly.
So I think that's great, and I know that you became a spokesperson as well, to raise awareness for bipolar disorder and let people know. And I just think it's wonderful, that you're doing that, Maurice. I really do.
Yeah, I'm never gonna stop.
Well, hey, just keep it up, and just keep on, doing what you're doing, and more people will see see it through you, and they'll say, hey, I got to keep going. Maurice is got to keep going. I got to keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
And they won't stop. I got some messages from some other fans. They said one person said, I've watched you since all my children. When you're on screen, I can't take my eyes off of you. And let's see what the rest. Revetting, and then Vicky Borkin says, "Hi, Maurice. You are a kind and caring man."
Wow. Well, for things that are very nice, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's hard to say.
And so, moving on to the soap opera. Now, let me also ask you this before we go on to the soap operas. Is there a website out there that the fans can check out to learn more about the bipolar disorder?
Yeah, you can. Talk to my wife, and she'll give you all that information.
Okay, I sure will. So, what was it like for you being on All My Children as Nico, and also playing on there on the same soap opera as Susan Lucci and Michael Knight and so many other great characters?
I was nervous. It was my first job, big job, and I was very, very nervous. And then there's something in me that just will always succeed, but I just get real nervous. I used to be real nervous.
Uh-huh.
But it was amazing to work with these actors that I've watched on TV.
Yeah, and I remember seeing you remember when they had all my children, One Life to Live On, and they had the small little video clips, and it was like, what if? And it said, what if Erica Kane met Sonny Corinthos and y'all were in the elevator? I thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
I love to. It's great.
So whenever you came into Port Charles back in the 80s, I know that there was Frank Smith as the mobster guy, and you basically took over his territory as Sonny Corinthos.
Right.
So
yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember Frank a bit, but I think he was on before I was on, and then I came on and took over his stuff, and then whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: the character Sonny Corinthos, was it supposed? Did you think in your mind that it was gonna last as long as it did, or was it only supposed to be on for a few episodes?
Well, it was supposed to be. The contract was told to me was 6 months.
Okay.
And then they called back and said they wanted me for a year. I said, I thought it was 6 months, and then I said, all right, the year, it's a year. And I was so bad that I didn't truly know that it would last, but I didn't care because I was only going to do it for a year anyway. And then I started liking it more, and I started making choices for the audience to hate the guy, not just hate him, but hate him. And then I started making choices for the audience to love him.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, I think that there's not another person on this planet that could be Sonny Corinthos like you are, and I think that it was a blessing in disguise that you did that, and that you've stuck around all these years as Sonny Corinthos, because it kind of in a way reminds me of Sebastian Roach when he came on as Jerry Jacks. I think that he was only supposed to be on for a certain time, and then the fans loved him so much as the evil Jerry Jacks. They said, well, let's keep him around, you know.
Right.
Well, I want to ask you this question, Maurice. Out of all the, so wow, I can't keep up. Well, you've been married to, let's see, Brenda, Carly. There was another one. There was another one when I was younger. She got blown up in a car in the storyline.
Yeah, that was Lily.
Lily. And there's been so many. So who was your favorite to be married to?
Well, you gotta go with Carly and Brenda. Both of them are the ones that have the most history and that I did the most with.
Well, speaking of that, I want to now we've got another fan said, Maurice, I lost my brother to bipolar. Thank you and GH for bringing mental health issues to the small screen.
Tell her that's the reason why I continue to do it.
He said that's the reason why he continues to do what he does, Casey. And another person said, hi, Maurice, you're my favorite actor on GH. By the way, you have the most romantic eyes I have ever seen.
Thank you. Yeah, that's from my mom and dad, I guess.
He says he's asked from his mom and dad, he guesses. Now, speaking of Carly, I want to ask you, how was it for you working with Sarah Joy Brown, who came back as Claudia Zaccara, and also working with Laura Wright as Carly, when in the past Sarah Joy Brown was actually Carly also? How was that for you transitioning to that? Were you like looking at her and saying, okay, now I got to be careful not to call you Carly because you used to be Carly, or did you just keep saying Claudia?
Yeah, you just go with the characters. And Claudia was such a bad person that it made it easier to and Sarah's such a great actress. You just play the character.
Yeah, they're both. They were both. Such great characters that Sarah played, and I think probably my favorite Carly is the one now, Laura Wright. I think she does a phenomenal job as Carly, and
yeah.
Now something I was wondering. How was it for you now whenever whenever Sonny had an affair with Emily Quartermain, his best friend Jason's sister? How was that for Sonny, or how was that for you?
Well, he didn't have it wasn't an affair because he wasn't with anybody at the time. But
yeah.
He was with Emily, and the Quartermains didn't like it, but they kind of fell for each other. And I had a great time working with her. I had a great time with that storyline, but it didn't seem like the fans were all in it, so we had to end it.
Yeah, I think it was really good. I remember seeing that, and I remember I didn't know from the next day if Sonny and Jason was going to kill each other because over Emily. I mean, because he did not like that at all. With Sonny going with his sister, and
we used to fight all the time.
And speaking of sisters, I know that on the show, Courtney, she was killed off with that virus along with Tony and also Sam's brother, Danny. What was it like for you whenever you found out that Alicia Lee Willis was going to be written off of GH as your sister?
Well, I like it. I really dug Alicia. She was such a sweetheart. And it's all, the problem is so many people come and go that you can't try not to get too attached. because it becomes a pain in the ass, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Alicia, you know, she wasn't on too long, but I loved having her as my sister.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all had. I think y'all had great chemistry on the show. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to ask you this because a lot of fans have been asking me this, and I haven't been able to answer this question because I don't know. Whatever happened to Mike, your dad on the show? Whatever happened to Mike?
Well, he quit. The actor quit and decided he didn't want to do it anymore.
Okay.
So I think he's living in somewhere in Georgia or something like that.
Okay. I got another comment from a fan. They said Emily and Sonny was weird, was so weird, LOL. And I got another comment. A fan says, "I'll be glad when they find out Nell and Sonny didn't sleep together, so Sonny and Carly can stay together."
Yeah. Well, they're gonna find out that soon here.
And what is it like for you working with Ava Jerome, Maya West? What is it like for you working with her and William DeVry, Jillian and Ava?
Well, I really dig working with both. I mean, Maura's a friend of mine, so we're cool. I love the relationship, but I treat her really bad. Not that I love treating her really bad, but I don't see that so much in anywhere in TV or anywhere a character treats another one like so bad, right?
Yeah.
But somehow we do it and we get away with it. And William's cool. I like him as a bad guy. I think he's fantastic as a bad guy.
Oh yeah, I think he does a good job as a bad guy, and you know, it's like with William. A lot of people wouldn't ever know this, but you know, he's a big fan of you know, helping out and rescuing the dogs. Him and Nathan, you know.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that's a
yeah, so I mean, you know, I think that's great. You know, them doing that. And let me ask you this now. Because I had Nathan Verney on the show last month, and I asked him this, and he said, well, maybe you'll have to ask Frank Valentini this question. But whenever they had the One Life to Live crossover thing with GH, who was originally supposed to win out of that? Was it supposed to be Todd Manning or Sonny Corinthos?
Who was what?
Who was supposed to win the final rival? Who was it going to be? Was it going to be Sonny standing on top, or was it going to be Todd Manning when they had the crossover?
Well, I think the way that works, if you're coming to somebody else's show, there's your answer.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. That show's got to win. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah, if I were going in One Life, then let Todd win.
Yeah, I got you.
That's the way that cookie crumbles.
So, who is your favorite person that you have never had a scene with on GH, or had a scene to work with yet on GH, that you would like to have a scene with or work with?
I think I've worked with everybody.
I believe you. I believe you have too. I don't think there's one person out there that you haven't worked with.
No, I'm trying to really think about it. There isn't one person I haven't worked with.
Yeah. I don't think there. No, I don't think there is either. You know, now that I think of it, I don't think there is either.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. Have you worked with Yeah, you've also worked with Lucy Cole. You've worked with her as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's anybody you've not worked with. Now, speaking of working with, now I got to tell you this. Now, this is something funny I got to tell you. I had Sonya Eddy on the show a couple months ago, and I told Sonya, I said, Sonya, I wish that you and Maurice Benard could have more scenes together, because I loved the storyline whenever, you know, you had gotten shot and she was taking care of you in rehabilitation. You were kind of ill, and she said, "Now you listen here, Sonny. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do now, and you're going to exercise and get into shape and all that stuff." And I mean, that was chemistry right there. That was really good, really good.
Yeah, I think we have great chemistry actually.
Yeah,
when we work together, she seems to we just seem to get move each other.
Yeah, and you can tell a lot of times while watching the show if somebody's got chemistry together or if they don't have chemistry together. You can kind of tell that a lot of times. And and just like you and Rick Lanson, y'all have such great chemistry together as well. And
it was like real brothers, man.
Yeah, I really miss him on the show. I hope he comes back on there.
Well, I do too. I love Rick.
Yeah, he was great. So okay, let me ask you about 3 more questions, and then we're gonna wrap this interview up because I know you got things you got to do. You're a busy man, but man, I appreciate you taking time out. But I got about 3 more questions for you, and then I'm gonna wrap this interview up. Okay. What do you see in the future and down the road for Sonny on General Hospital? Do you see him ever finding out that Paul Hornsby was actually the person that shot him and not Carlos?
Yeah, I haven't heard that, so I don't know when that's coming down.
Okay. And my second question. Okay, somebody wants me to ask you. When and if that you and Carly will find out what Ava did to Morgan's meds.
That's coming. I don't know how soon, but within the next, for sure by November, I think.
Okay, and also. And I'm gonna let this be the last question from a fan because I know you love your fans. Sandy Lee says, "Have you seen Kelly Sullivan on Too Close to Home, and do you keep in touch?"
I've seen her on it. She I'm her biggest fan, and we text each other. But I'm so happy for her.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And I actually forgot about her because you were also married to Kate Howard. You was fixing to marry Kate Howard on there, or Connie Falconeri.
Yeah.
But Maurice, I just want to thank you for being on the WSE Lounge tonight, and I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, sir. And I wish you the best in all you do. And you are the legend and the godfather of all the soap operas to me. I mean, you are unbelievable.
I appreciate it, man. I got something that I can't talk about now, but I'll have my wife tell you later.
Okay.
That's a pretty big deal, but I can't talk about it.
Okay. I sure will. I'll talk later with her, and I want to thank you so much for being on, Maurice, and I'll keep in touch, and thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the one and only godfather and legend of soap operas, Maurice Benard. And you know him as Sonny Corinthos from General Hospital. Sorry that this was such short notice. Sorry that there was no advertisements or flyers. But this was also short notice for me, but hey, couldn't help it. I mean, I said, let's do this, so we did it, and I hope you all enjoyed the interview, and stay tuned to the WSC Lounge because there's more guests on the way in the future, and we'll be back in March with March the 2nd, we'll be coming back, and I'll be having pro wrestler Gil Quist will be on the show. And I'll keep you updated on that. But thank you so much for joining, and I hope you all enjoyed this great interview with Mr. Maurice Benard. a.k.a. Sonny Corinthos from General Hospital. Thank you all. God bless. Tell a friend about the WSE Lounge. Share on your page. Share this interview. Like the WSE Lounge. Want to thank everybody who commented. Vicky, Faye, Casey, Polly, Sandy. Want to thank you all for commenting. And thank you so much. And I'm going to let Mike Mooneyham, as always, close out the show.
Hello, you great fans out there. If you're
Oops, that's the advertisement. But anyway, that was the advertisement of the show. But anyway, I'm going to close out the show myself. Just let all you know. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being a part of the show. God bless you all. And I'll see you next time on the WSE Lounge.